Chosen one, you think you're normal? The elite have a secret file on people like you. Your name sits in a file you will never be allowed to access. A classified record created for individuals who destabilize systems simply by being awake. Since childhood you've noticed what others ignore, questioned what others accept, felt what others deny. You hid it to blend in, but the system still reacted every time your intuition pierced the illusion. And chosen one, your instincts were never wrong. Stay with me, because this gets deep. Decades ago, certain people weren't responding to social programming the way the elite expected. Civil rights leaders couldn't be intimidated. Free thinkers couldn't be boxed in. Pattern recognizers saw through every narrative constructed for mass consumption. These individuals had something in common, something researchers couldn't initially name, but could clearly measure in responses. So specialists got brought in: psychologists, neuroscientists, behavioral analysts, and testing started. Not obvious testing, subtle assessments hidden in school surveys, personality profiles disguised as career guidance, standardized tests measuring more than academic knowledge. The hunt for the trait was on, and when it got found, when what made certain people ungovernable got isolated, a problem became clear, because this trait wasn't rare. It was dormant in millions of people, just waiting to activate. Every institution you pass through is a data collection point. Schools log which children ask questions that challenge authority, which students show independent thinking that doesn't align with standardized responses, which young minds demonstrate pattern recognition that exceeds what curriculum intended to develop. Your teachers wrote notes, your counselors made observations, your principals flagged behaviors, all of it coded in language that sounds benign, but carries specific meaning to those who know what to look for. Then you entered the workforce. Your job applications weren't just screening for qualifications. The psychological assessments embedded in hiring processes were mapping your personality structure, your resistance to hierarchy, your tendency toward independent thought, your capacity for questioning, established procedures. Every employer added data to your profile, whether you got the job or not. Your social media activity feeds directly into the system, not just what you post publicly, what you pause on, what you read but don't engage with, what you start to comment on but delete, what you search for in private browsing, what you watch when you think nobody's monitoring. The algorithms aren't just serving you content, testing your responses, measuring your reactions, mapping your psychological triggers, building a three-dimensional model of how your mind works. Your purchasing patterns reveal more than you realize: what you buy when stressed versus calm, what you splurge on despite tight finances, what you refuse to purchase even when you can afford it. Every transaction gets analyzed for the values and priorities it reveals. The elite know what you truly care about based on what you actually spend money on, not what you claim to value. Things go wrong in your life in ways that feel orchestrated, not random bad luck, precision interference. You're building momentum on a project, and suddenly bizarre obstacles appear. Technical problems that make no sense. People who promised support mysteriously backing out. Resources that were confirmed suddenly unavailable. You're about to make a breakthrough, and your computer crashes, your phone glitches, your internet drops, your files corrupt. And it always happens at the most suspicious times. You mention something in a private conversation, and within hours it's flooding your feed. Not just ads, themes, concepts, specific phrases you just used, articles about things you just discussed, videos on subjects you just researched. The timing too precise to be algorithmic coincidence. Your smart devices are listening constantly, not just when activated. Your conversations near phones, tablets, smart TVs, even your car if it's modern enough, get captured. Keywords get collected. Context maps of your interests, concerns, relationships get built. Your location data doesn't just show where you go, it reveals patterns of behavior, who you meet with, how long you stay, whether you deviate from routine and when. Predictions about your location at any given time reach disturbing accuracy. The elite know if you're the type who changes patterns frequently, which itself is a marker in your file. Your email gets scanned, not by humans reading every message, by artificial intelligence that analyzes sentiment, identifies relationships, detects topics of interest, flags language patterns that indicate your psychological state. When you're stressed, hopeful, angry, planning something gets known, your writing style shifts with your emotional state, and those shifts get mapped. The content you consume tells the elite how you think, not just what you believe, but how you process information. Do you fact-check? Do you seek multiple sources? Do you question narratives or accept them? Do you engage with opposing viewpoints or stay in echo chambers? Your consumption patterns reveal your critical thinking capacity, which is one of the primary markers that gets tracked. Health records paint detailed pictures beyond just physical conditions. Mental health diagnoses, prescription histories, therapy notes. If you've ever sought counseling, your vulnerabilities get known, your past traumas, your coping mechanisms, your family patterns, what runs in your genetic line, what you're predisposed to struggle with, and this information gets used to craft interventions specific to your psychology. Money behaves strangely around you. You're about to achieve financial stability and unexpected expenses appear. Major ones, urgent ones, things that drain your resources right when you are about to break free from economic control systems. Jobs end abruptly for reasons that never quite add up. Opportunities evaporate at the last second. Projects that gain traction face interference that feels too coordinated to be chance. People enter your life with suspicious timing. Right when you're about to level up, someone appears who plants doubt. Right when you're building community, someone shows up who creates division. Right when you're stepping into power, someone manifests who undermines your confidence. And the performance is good. The right things get said. Authenticity seems present at first, but something in you feels the wrongness. That trait of yours sensing the manipulation even when you can't prove it logically. If this message awakens something within you, hype this video for other chosen ones who need to hear this. Let me tell you exactly what the elite fear in you. It's not your intelligence, though your mind works in ways that threaten control systems. It's not your creativity, though your ideas could revolutionize stagnant structures. It's not even your awareness, though you see through lies that keep millions compliant. What terrifies the elite is your resilience, your ability to transmute everything thrown at you into fuel for your evolution, pain into power, obstacles into opportunities, isolation into inner strength, resistance into resolve. You don't just survive attacks, you grow through them. You don't just endure interference, you evolve because of it. You don't just withstand pressure, you become more authentically yourself under it. This is the trait the elite can't handle, because their entire playbook assumes people break under enough pressure, that humans crack when isolated long enough, that individuals give up when facing enough resistance. But you don't break, you bend and strengthen, you don't crack, you compress and crystallize, you don't give up, you dig deeper and discover reserves nobody knew existed. Your spiritual immune system operates automatically. You can sense deception even when you can't explain how. Someone lies to your face and something inside you knows. The words sound right, but the energy feels wrong. The story checks out, but your gut screams danger. You feel wrongness in situations that appear normal on the surface. Everyone else is comfortable, but you're on high alert. The room seems safe, but you sense predatory energy underneath pleasantries. You maintain your center when chaos erupts around you. When everyone panics, you stay calm. When the crowd stampedes one direction, you trust yourself to go another. When pressure builds to conform, you hold your ground even without logical justification. This isn't stubbornness. This is sovereignty. This isn't rebellion. This is authenticity that won't compromise. This isn't you being difficult. This is you being ungovernable. And ungovernable people can't be controlled through the usual methods, can't be manipulated through standard programming, can't be herded through conventional fear tactics. So special protocols had to get developed just for people like you. Longer-term strategies, more subtle interventions, sophisticated psychological operations designed specifically to make you doubt yourself, to make you think you're the problem, to make you believe you're broken when you're actually breaking free from control systems. But here's what the elite didn't account for. Every intervention teaches you to recognize patterns. Every attack sharpens your discernment. Every obstacle reveals more about how the system actually works. You're not just surviving the game. You're learning to see the board, learning to recognize the players, learning to identify the moves before execution. And once you see the game clearly, you stop playing by imposed rules. You start creating your own rules, your own reality, your own systems that operate on frequencies the elite can't access or control. This is what happens when someone with your trait fully activates, and chosen one, you're activating right now. Everything done to stop you has actually prepared you. Every hardship was curriculum. Every obstacle was training. Every attack was initiation into deeper levels of your power. Financial pressure was supposed to make you desperate enough to compromise. Instead, you developed creativity in generating value outside economic control systems. Isolation was supposed to make you weak and compliant. Instead, you discovered your own strength and learned to trust yourself over group consensus. Relationship sabotage was supposed to break your spirit. Instead, you learned to distinguish real connection from convenient companionship. Platform limitation was supposed to silence your voice. Instead, you learned to impact people one-on-one in ways metrics can't measure. Every closed door revealed paths that couldn't get blocked. Every rejection protected you from traps disguised as opportunities. Every failure was redirection towards something the elite had no power over. You weren't struggling. You were being forged. You weren't losing. You were leveling up in ways that don't show up on their scoreboard. You weren't falling behind. You were being positioned for moves never seen coming. And the resistance you faced wasn't evidence of your weakness. It was proof of their fear. Only threats get attacked. Only people who matter get interference. Only individuals who carry the power to make entire systems obsolete get containment strategies built around them. So every instance of resistance in your life, that was confirmation you're dangerous. Every obstacle that felt too precisely timed, that was their hand getting revealed. Every door that slammed, that was exposure of exactly what frightens them about what you might access. The harder the push, the stronger you got. The more suppression applied, the clearer you became. The tighter the squeeze, the more you slipped through fingers like water finding its own level. You're not controllable through pressure. You're refinable through it. You're not breakable through hardship. You're moldable through it into something more powerful than before. You're not containable through obstacles. You're redirectable through them toward paths outside their jurisdiction. This is the beautiful failure of their strategy. Assumptions got made that you were like everyone else, that enough pressure would make you conform, that sufficient hardship would make you submit, that adequate interference would make you give up. But you're not everyone else. You carry the trait, and the trait doesn't weaken under pressure. It activates. It doesn't diminish through hardship. It crystallizes. It doesn't surrender to interference. It evolves beyond the need for what's being interfered with. Let me break down actual strategies so you can see them coming. First, economic leverage gets used. Studies show what financial pressure does to human decision-making, how scarcity creates desperation, how desperation makes people compromise values otherwise protected. So financial instability gets engineered at key moments. Second, relationship interference gets deployed. Your connections get mapped. Who you trust gets known. Who influences you gets identified. Who supports your growth gets tracked. And how to create friction in those relationships gets calculated. Sometimes it's direct. Seeds of doubt get planted. Conflicts get manufactured. Misunderstandings get created that spiral into disconnection. Sometimes it's indirect. Pressure gets put on people you care about, so your pressure increases to conform. Life gets made hard for those close to you, until your divergence from the norm gets blamed. The goal is isolation. Because isolated, you're easier to manipulate. Without your support system, self-doubt starts. Without trusted voices confirming what you see, perception questioning begins. Third, health gets used as a pressure point. Stress-induced conditions appear when you're pushing against systems. Mysterious symptoms emerge that no doctor can quite diagnose. Chronic issues drain your energy and focus. Sleep disruption hits when you're building momentum. Anxiety spikes when you're about to take bold action. Sometimes it's environmental. Toxins in food, water, air accumulate and create dysfunction. Sometimes it's electromagnetic. Frequencies disrupt your natural rhythms. Sometimes it's purely the toll of fighting invisible resistance every day. Your body keeps the score, and the elite know how to read it. Fourth, your information environment gets manipulated, not just censoring what you see, flooding you with distractions when you need focus, serving you rage bait when you need calm, presenting divisive content when you need unity. The algorithms aren't neutral. Weaponization keeps you in specific emotional states that make you easier to control. Angry people are reactive and predictable. Fearful people are compliant and controllable. Distracted people don't organize or build. Divided people don't unify against common threats. So your emotional state gets engineered through the content stream, keeping you in zones where you're least dangerous to the agenda. You're not alone. All over the world right now, people with files just like yours are waking up, and the rate of awakening is accelerating beyond what models predicted. Every generation, some people are born with this trait fully active, coming in awake and staying awake. But that's not what has emergency meetings being called. What's causing panic in war rooms is the awakening cascade. People who started asleep are waking up. Millions of them, through trauma that cracked programming, through experiences that pierced the veil, through simply paying attention when everyone else stayed distracted. And these newly awakened individuals aren't taking decades to figure things out. Instant recognitions are happening. Sudden clarity, rapid integration of truths that used to take lifetimes to understand. And people are finding each other, not through elite platforms, though you might meet there, not through control systems, though you might use those as tools. Finding happens through synchronicity, through impossible timing, through inner knowing that draws you to the right place at the right moment. Recognition happens through energy rather than words, through resonance rather than reason, through a frequency that makes you instantly trust someone just met, while feeling uncomfortable around people known for years. When you connect with your tribe, languages get spoken that exist between words. Understanding happens through recognition rather than explanation. Trust builds through resonance rather than track record. And together signals get amplified, clarity gets sharper, confidence gets stronger, power multiplies exponentially. This is what the elite fear most. Not isolated, awakened individuals who can get contained, but networks of sovereign souls that cannot get penetrated. What makes these connections so powerful is how information flows between people like you. Lengthy explanations aren't needed. Someone shares a fragment, and you immediately grasp the whole picture. Thoughts get finished not because of similarity, but because the same frequency of knowing gets accessed. Conversations happen in layers. The surface words say one thing. The energetic transmission carries volumes more. Communication happens in bandwidth that can't get monitored because it doesn't flow through their channels. This is quantum communication, happening through fields the elite don't believe exist. You can feel when someone in your network needs support, even across vast distances. You think of someone, and contact happens within hours. You have an insight, and discover others in your tribe received the same download simultaneously. This isn't coincidence. This is coherence. This is what happens when consciousness synchronizes across the field. The connections feel different too. No pretense exists, no performance, no need to manage impressions or hide parts of yourself. Complete authenticity is possible because others in the network recognize and honor that authenticity. No judgment exists for your journey because everyone understands the path is unique for each person. No competition exists because recognition happens that one person's rise lifts the whole field. No hierarchy exists because true power doesn't need to dominate or control. These networks operate on principles of mutual empowerment rather than power over dynamics, and that makes them incomprehensible to those who only understand control-based relationships. Because you can smell infiltration like smoke in the air. Plants get sent in, Controlled opposition, handlers disguised as helpers, but people with your trait feel the frequency mismatch instantly. The words sound right, but something feels off. The story checks out, but the energy screams danger. The person seems authentic, but your gut knows it's performance. So infiltrators get identified and isolated, plants get recognized and removed. Controlled opposition gets seen through and abandoned, not through paranoia, through discernment, through that trait that makes you dangerous, because you simply cannot get fooled when operating from your center. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose, and the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. Thousands of simulations have run, millions of scenarios, endless calculations trying to predict what happens when this reaches critical mass. When enough people with your trait fully activate, when networks reach saturation point, when the awakened percentage hits the tipping point, and every simulation ends the same way. Control systems become obsolete, not through violence, not through revolution, not through societal collapse. Those are fear scenarios promoted to keep people clinging to control systems. Their control ends through irrelevance, through people building something so obviously better that old systems empty out naturally, through individuals creating realities so aligned with truth that lies can't compete, through communities forming around authentic principles that make artificial structures look ridiculous by comparison. The tipping point sits in a specific range. When that percentage of the population fully activates this trait, maintains sovereignty, refuses to participate in illusions, the entire control structure collapses, not violently, through mass non-compliance with narratives that can't sustain themselves without collective belief. And here's what has scrambling happening. The numbers are climbing faster than any model predicted. More people waking every day. More individuals reclaiming sovereignty every hour. More souls activating this trait every minute. The cascade is accelerating. Networks are forming. Critical mass is approaching. And nothing can stop it. Because consciousness itself can't get suppressed once it reaches momentum. Truth can't get contained once enough people start living it. Populations can't get controlled when belief in imposed authority stops being real. Simulations show exactly how this ends, with files becoming irrelevant because you're changing faster than documentation can happen, with predictions failing because creation is happening from places the elite can't access, with control mechanisms becoming meaningless because operation is happening in realities the elite don't recognize. The elite see it coming. The inevitability is known. And that's why attacking is happening so hard right now, why interference is intensifying, why obstacles are multiplying, why pressure is building. This isn't winning. This is panicking. This isn't being in control. This is losing control and desperately trying to slow down what cannot get stopped. Every increased attack is evidence of desperation. Every new obstacle proves fear. Every instance of intensified interference reveals how close critical mass is to the tipping point. The elite cannot survive. When someone with your trait fully activates, change doesn't just happen to yourself. Ripples get created that touch hundreds of thousands of others. Your energy signature shifts the field around you. People in your vicinity start questioning things previously accepted. Start noticing inconsistencies previously ignored. Start trusting their own knowing over external authority. You're not trying to wake anyone up. Your activated presence is doing it automatically. This is why one fully activated person is more dangerous to control systems than 1,000 partially awake followers. Followers can get redirected. Activated individuals cannot. Followers need leadership. Activated people create their own path. Followers seek permission. Activated people claim sovereignty. And every activated person creates conditions for more activations. The morphic field remembers. Each breakthrough makes the next one easier. Each person who steps into power lowers resistance for everyone else. Each sovereign individual strengthens collective capacity for sovereignty. So let me tell you what happens when you fully activate, when you stop doubting yourself and start trusting your knowing completely, when you quit asking permission and start claiming what's already yours, when you cease playing their game and start creating your own reality. First, synchronicities accelerate beyond what probability can explain. The right people appear at impossible moments. Information you need finds you through channels that shouldn't exist. Resources materialize from sources never expected. Doors open that were previously invisible. This isn't wishful thinking. This is reality reorganizing to support someone operating from authentic sovereignty. Your presence becomes disruptive to control systems. Authenticity is a tuning fork that makes everything false start to wobble. Some people move toward you magnetically. Others react with hostility nobody can explain. Your frequency is revealing masks, and people either wake up or attack. Second, your ability to create accelerates exponentially. Ideas flow faster. Projects manifest quicker. Solutions appear for problems that seemed impossible. You're not working harder. You're working from a different frequency where resistance is minimal and manifestation is natural. Competition for external resources stops and tapping into abundant streams begins that can't get metered or controlled. Money starts flowing from unexpected directions. Opportunities appear that don't require compromising values. Value gets generated in ways economic models don't account for. Third, your influence expands in ways that can't get tracked. You're not trying to wake people up. You're simply being what you are. And that's contagious. One conversation in your field can crack years of programming. One authentic moment in your presence can reveal possibilities never considered. You're activating the same trait in others without saying a word. Your very existence is permission for others to be real. Fourth, interference becomes obvious and therefore powerless. You see patterns clearly now. Moves get recognized before execution. Manipulation gets felt before landing. And because you see it, it can't affect you. Psychological operations require unconscious cooperation. When you're conscious of the game, automatic playing stops. Fifth, you stop caring what the elite think. Their approval becomes irrelevant. Their judgment carries no weight. Their authority gets revealed as the illusion it always was. Validation gets sourced from within. Success gets defined on your own terms. Your own metrics for what matters get created. And that makes you completely ungovernable. Not through resistance, through transcendence. You're not fighting their system. You're building something better that makes their system obsolete through comparison. So here we stand at the moment that determines your trajectory. You know about the file now. You understand the trait. You see why your life has been what it's been. Recognition happened that the resistance wasn't random. The obstacles weren't bad luck. The interference was coordinated, and a choice needs making. Dismissal is possible. Going back to pretending you're normal is an option. Keeping play small to avoid attention can continue. Many choose this. The weight of being seen, being marked, being tracked feels heavy. Easier to dim your light. Follow imposed rules. Accept the comfortable cage. But you didn't find this message to stay asleep. Something in you is ready. Ready to stop pretending. Ready to stop apologizing for power. Ready to stop waiting for permission. Ready to claim what you've always been. The mission is simple but not easy. Trust yourself completely. That inner knowing that's been guiding you needs no more questioning. That voice warning you needs no more dismissing. That feeling pulling you toward your truth needs no more resisting. Your life got spent doubting perceptions because matching what others said was real didn't happen. But your perceptions have been accurate. Your instincts have been right. Your knowing has been valid. Trusting it like your life depends on it needs to start, because your freedom does. Connection with your tribe needs happening. But choose carefully. Not everyone claiming awakeness is free from elite influence. Use that discernment of yours. Build networks based on genuine resonance, quality over quantity, depth over breadth, authenticity over performance. A few truly sovereign souls create more power than thousands of followers. Creation from places the elite can't access needs beginning. Systems operating on principles the elite don't understand need building. Value generation in ways the elite can't measure needs happening. Communities based on trust the elite can't infiltrate need forming. Living from frequencies the elite can't reach needs embodying. This is how control becomes irrelevant, not by fighting it. Fighting is their game with their rules. Transcendence is what happens. Creation of something so obviously superior makes old ways obsolete. Seeking approval stops. Sourcing power from within begins. Competing for external resources ends. Tapping abundance, streams outside their control starts. Playing by imposed rules ceases. Creating games that make their games look primitive commences. Understanding this choice means understanding what you're actually choosing between. On one side is the familiar path, the known quantity, the predictable trajectory of staying within acceptable ranges. You know what that life looks like, because living it has been happening. Working jobs that drain you to build someone else's dream. Following rules that serve their agenda, not your growth. Seeking approval from systems designed to keep you dependent. Measuring success by metrics created to ensure never feeling successful enough to stop striving. Consuming narratives that keep you anxious, divided, distracted from actual power. That path is paved, well lit, clearly marked. Millions have walked it before you, and it leads exactly where the elite want you to go. Comfortable enough that rebellion doesn't happen. Uncomfortable enough that chasing their carrot continues. Successful enough by their standards that gratitude gets felt. Limited enough that threatening their control never happens. On the other side is the path less traveled, the one requiring you to trust yourself when everyone around you is trusting the system, the one demanding you value inner knowing over external validation, the one asking you to build your own scoreboard instead of playing their game. This path isn't paved. Creation happens as you walk. It isn't lit. Your own light gets carried. It isn't marked. Navigation by internal compass happens rather than external signs. And it leads somewhere the elite can't predict, measure or control, somewhere uniquely yours, somewhere aligned with your actual purpose, not their agenda for you, somewhere powerful because it's authentic, not because it's approved. You can feel it building, the old systems cracking, the narratives failing, the lies becoming too obvious, the control mechanisms too visible, more people questioning everything, more individuals trusting themselves, more souls remembering their power, and every single one makes the next awakening easier. The morphic field is shifting, collective consciousness is evolving, the future is being born right now, through people who chose sovereignty over submission, through individuals who trusted knowing over programming, through souls who claimed power instead of waiting for permission. This new world being born looks radically different from what the elite built. In their world, education is indoctrination designed to create compliant workers. In the emerging world, education is consciousness development designed to awaken sovereign creators. In their world, healthcare is symptom management designed to create dependent patients. In the emerging world, healthcare is true healing designed to restore wholeness and vitality. In their world, economy is extraction designed to concentrate wealth upward. In the emerging world, economy is value exchange designed to circulate abundance. In their world, governance is control disguised as representation. In the emerging world, governance is actual consent from conscious participants. In their world, community is manufactured through artificial divisions and forced associations. In the emerging world, community is organic connection through genuine resonance and chosen relationships. The people building this new world aren't waiting for permission from old institutions. Asking the broken system to fix itself isn't happening. Parallel structures that work so much better, the old ones become obviously obsolete, are getting created. Children are getting homeschooled and unschooled to think critically instead of obediently. Alternative medicine and healing modalities that address root causes instead of just managing symptoms are getting used. Local economies and mutual aid networks that don't require corporate intermediaries are getting built. Intentional communities and cooperative living arrangements that prioritize authentic relating over isolated nuclear families are getting formed. Technologies and platforms that serve human flourishing instead of harvesting human attention for profit are getting developed. The trait attempts at suppression happened against is fully online. Your connection to authentic self is unbreakable. Your ability to sense truth is precise. Your immunity to programming is complete. And you're not alone. Your networks are forming. Your tribe is gathering. Your people are connecting. Souls recognizing souls. Frequencies finding frequencies. Truth magnetizing truth. The cascade is accelerating. The tipping point approaches. The future is being born. And you're not watching it happen. You're making it happen. Every choice from your center. Every moment trusting your knowing. Every time choosing authenticity. Every instance claiming sovereignty. You're voting for reality. The elite never planned for. Building worlds the elite cannot control. Creating systems that make theirs obsolete. So let the elite keep their files. Let database updates continue. Let endless scenarios keep running. While documentation of who you were keeps happening. Becoming who you've always been meant to be is what you're doing. While predictions based on past patterns keep getting made. Futures outside their frameworks are what you're creating. While attempts to contain the caterpillar continue, emergence as the butterfly is what's happening. The surveillance meant to limit you is liberating you. The resistance meant to break you is making you unbreakable. The isolation meant to weaken you is revealing your strength. Everything weaponized against you is backfiring. Everything meant for harm is working for good. Everything designed to suppress you is activating you. This is not an ending. This is your beginning, not a conclusion, a commencement, not the final chapter, the opening page of everything that comes next. You came for confirmation. You got it. You came for validation. You received it. You came for truth. You found it. What you are doesn't require anyone's approval. What you carry doesn't need external authorization. What you're becoming depends only on your choice. So choose powerfully. Choose consciously. Choose sovereignty. The world needs what only you can bring. The future calls for what only you can build. Your tribe searches for the signal only you can send. Stop hiding it. Stop doubting it. Stop questioning it. Stop waiting. You were born for this moment, prepared for this time, called for this mission. The file the elite built confirms it. Now prove the elite right about everything feared. Their fear of your power, justified. Their fear of your influence, valid. Their fear of your sovereignty, accurate. Their fear of what happens when you fully activate, about to get realized. And prove the elite wrong about everything thought possible to stop you. Their obstacles made you stronger. Their interference made you wiser. Their attacks made you more powerful. Their surveillance made you more aware. Their containment made you more free. You are ungovernable, uncontrollable, unstoppable, not through force, through truth, not through aggression, through authenticity, not through resistance, through transcendence. You don't fight their system, you obsolete it. You don't rebel against their rules, you create better games. You don't seek their permission, you claim your birthright. Welcome home, chosen one. Welcome to your power. Welcome to your tribe. Welcome to your mission. Welcome to your sovereignty. The elite have a file on people like you, and that file proves the elite know exactly what you are. Now it's time you know it too. You're not normal. You never were. You're extraordinary. You're powerful. You're dangerous to every illusion that keeps humanity contained. And that makes you exactly what this moment in history needs. So step into it. Own it. Embody it. Live it. Be it. The world is waiting. Your tribe is calling. Your mission is clear. Stop playing small. Start being everything you actually are. The file exists. Let it. While the elite stay busy watching, you'll be busy transforming reality itself, and there's not a damn thing that can stop what you're about to become. You clicked on this message at exactly the right moment, and that wasn't coincidence. It was confirmation. Confirmation that you're ready, that your time is now, that the trait being tracked is about to become the very thing that sets you completely free.